I'll send word to Mr. Timms.
Now keep moving! Move faster!
Hey everyone, it's Matt, aka Tech Ranger, and today we're going to be taking another look at my load order for Fallout 4 on the Xbox, specifically the Xbox Series X. So with this load order video, I wanted to showcase 3 visual mods that will totally change the way your game looks, and then obviously we're going to have the load order at the end of the video, as well as a spreadsheet in the description so you guys can take a look at all of the mods. Now, as with any load order video you may watch here on YouTube, including mine, keep in mind that my performance in my Fallout 4 game might not be the same as yours if you're using the same load order list. That's because our save files, other things like that, can actually influence how these mods perform in-game, so totally redoing your load order mid-save and then copying someone else's isn't necessarily the best way to go about it. The goal with these load order videos is to give you some inspiration for starting a new game, or even just some mods that you might be able to add into your existing load order rather than totally redo the whole thing. With that all out of the way, let's jump into some of our showcase mods. So Enhanced Lights and FX is a mod that's been around for a while on console. It does have issues, as the description says, on console, and could potentially crash your game here and there. Just an FYI, it can crash in certain spots like the Museum of Freedom, so maybe if you haven't done this area yet, maybe don't download this mod. For this reason, and that it does crash in other cells, depending on if you have mods that affect brightness, contrast, saturation, the general look of the game. I decided not to put it in this load order, but I wanted to keep it in the video to go over it and let you all know about it, because it is a really cool mod. It's definitely worth trying if you're starting a new game or aren't using it on an existing save, just to see how it is. Lighting in the game acts as you would expect, and overall gives you a really nice picture if you're using other graphics mods. This is my first time using this mod on the Series X, so again, if you're using another Xbox, your performance might vary, but I thought it was an interesting time to actually take another look at this one because I remember really liking it when I had the Xbox One S. Different indoor areas are going to look a little bit different depending on how dark it is outside, as well as how many lights are actually in that particular space. For those of us who play Skyrim, we use a version of Enhanced Lights and FX, and that is incredible, and this makes a pretty similar change to Fallout 4, which will no doubt change the way your game feels and looks. This mod had a version on Skyrim which I really enjoyed, so I saw it for Fallout 4 and had to take a look. And in terms of just adding to the environment of the game, giving that kind of lived-in look, I really like it. As mentioned in one of the cards earlier in the video, I'm actually using Triumph film looks. I've used a couple over the course of this load order video, but I ended up going with Tetrachrome, and that gives the grass a really nice look, which I appreciate. You'll even notice some spots where if it's like an open building, you'll actually see some grass or shrubbery inside as well. I haven't really noticed any performance dips when using this mod, which obviously that's something that can happen depending on what Xbox you're using, and if you use other mods with this, there's always that chance that the greenery mod is actually going to dip the performance of your game. But I have not had any issues so far with it using the FPS boost on the Xbox Series X. Now this is the other big addition to my load order, and I thought the textures needed to be changed up in my game. I've been using Vivid Fallout All-in-One for the longest time, but I decided to just go for the landscape part of that, and then use something else for the actual textures on buildings and things like that. There's a lot to unpack here, and I'm still kind of discovering all of the textures that were actually changed, because there's been a lot of updates so far for this mod. There's enough new textures in this mod that you're probably not going to see everything in like a 4-hour playthrough. I'll put the link down below for the Nexus page for this mod, just so you can look through all the images and the screenshots, because there are a lot of really cool before and after pieces. Hopefully that is enough for you to decide whether or not you want to install this one. It is a pretty big price and size, but I think it's worth it so far. And for the last mod that we're going to showcase in this Lord Order video, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. This is 76 Weathers, and what it does is add the Fallout 76 Weathers into Fallout 4, and the result is pretty fantastic depending on the combination of mods that you use. Like in my case, I am using Trayon Film Looks, the Tetrachrome look, in combination with this greenery mod that we are using, the Verdant greenery mod. Everything looks incredible, and obviously as you move through the map you're going to be in different spaces, lighting's going to look a little bit different, but I think this combined with everything else just really takes this game to the next level in terms of visuals. One side effect with this mod is that it appears whenever you point at whatever god ray is in front of you, it seems like it makes everything low res. So on your sights here on this weapon, for example, it looks low res. When you turn away, it's fine. I'm not sure why, or if it's particular to this mod or time of day, but it's something you should know about. So to wrap everything up, we've had 3 mods that I think really changed the way my game looks. So I wanted to show that first and foremost, and then obviously in this next section here we're just going to go right through the list, and then I have that spreadsheet down in the description down below for you all to take a look at, so you can go directly to those mod pages on Bethesda.net. So let me know what you all think about this Lord Order. That is going to do it for me. Stick around if you want to see the list in game. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and happy mining.